Well, 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 if it isn't yet another TikTok trend. This time,
I heard turmeric is really good for your skin, and so I started to use this bar on my face to clear my hormonal acne, and it's actually working, so I could not get keep any longer.
So today I'm going to be showing you guys how I cleared my hyperpigmentation on my face in 1 week. For a whole week, I use my turmeric soap bar twice a day. I make sure to start on a wet face. I put the soap bar onto my skin, and then I also do another round on my hands. A lot of you guys be using turmeric bars wrong. You guys do have to let it sit for about 5 minutes on your face. And here on the bottom are my before and after pictures from a week.
POV, you tried the viral turmeric soap that supposedly gives glass skin in 2 weeks.
This is my skin before. This is my skin now.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
it's not a new trend per se, but rather, you know, it's on TikTok, so it has the illusion of being new, and that is the use of turmeric soap. People over on TikTok are claiming up and down, all around town, that using a turmeric soap is going to clear your acne, clear up your hyperpigmentation, give you glass skin. I mean, they're using all of the buzzwords in order to convince you that you need to buy a turmeric soap or attempt to make one yourself. Is there any truth to the madness, to the insanity? Turmeric, if you haven't heard of it, it's used in cooking as a spice, but it contains a variety of beneficial compounds. Curcumin being the most bioactive compound. It's anti-inflammatory, it's an antioxidant. It also helps to combat inflammation, and it has antimicrobial properties. Then you also have a variety of essential oils present in turmeric. And honestly, application of turmeric on the skin, it is more something that you're going to encounter in certain cultures and traditions found, for example, throughout India. It's not uncommon during certain celebrations, for example, for women to apply turmeric paints to the skin as part of their traditional ceremonies. So it's a common practice in India to apply turmeric to the skin, and it's thought that, you know, because turmeric has these anti-inflammatory compounds, or before it was found to even, it was thought to be helpful for a variety of inflammatory skin conditions like eczema, for example. Is there any truth to this? Well, it's possible that turmeric does have a variety of benefits for the skin, and there are even clinical studies on human volunteers suggesting the possibility of benefit when applying turmeric topically to the skin. For example, there are some clinical studies that show promise for the use of turmeric for things like psoriasis, for vitiligo, for androgenetic alopecia. As a matter of fact, it is thought that turmeric might contain compounds that inhibit the enzyme 5-alpha reductase. 5-alpha reductase is responsible for converting testosterone to the more potent form dihydrotestosterone, and that is part of what is responsible for hair follicle miniaturization in androgenetic alopecia and thinning hair. There's even some research looking at topically applied turmeric for radiation dermatitis. So patients who get radiation therapy to treat cancers, they can develop a pretty intense skin problem, and a lot of that is related to, well, the generation of reactive oxygen species, and you know, likely because compounds in turmeric are anti-inflammatory, antioxidant, they may help alleviate that, mitigate it, prevent it from being as severe. But keep in mind, these are really small studies, and one thing about turmeric, you know, that curcumin, it gives it this bright yellow color. So you kind of have to think about how you are going to trick the user into being blinded to know that they're going to be getting that, because it's pretty easy to spot turmeric. It's so vibrant. It shows promise, but here are some issues with applying turmeric to the skin. First of all, the curcumin, which is a desirable compound, it's got poor stability. very poor stability. It is not very stable. It requires some kind of system in order for it to be stable. It's also not very soluble in water-based products, so it doesn't dissolve easily. It's difficult to apply to the skin in a meaningful way. You can apply it to the skin, but whether or not those beneficial compounds are still there after you've applied it and are actually able to get into your skin, that's a whole other story. So you're gonna want to pursue a product that is really well formulated to allow for the opportunity for these ingredients to get in. So DIYing your own turmeric skincare, I don't think is the best use of your time, because the benefits that you might receive from turmeric, it's going to be very challenging to make something in your kitchen that actually has a fighting chance of doing anything. Now, the other issues that go along with applying turmeric to the skin, whether it be in the soap or in some kind of moisturizer or leave-on mask, is like anything you put on your skin, it can make you at risk for becoming sensitized to that and developing an allergy. And this is something that is well described happening in patients in India, for example, with the use of turmeric to the skin as part of, cultural traditions. Some people, not all, do develop allergic contact dermatitis, which is a delayed type hypersensitivity, such that, you've been using it for some time, never had a problem, and then all of a sudden the immune system is like, oh, let's not dabble in that. And moving forward, anytime you put it on the skin, your skin will react and you'll get a rash. And it's a type of eczema. It's chronic. If that eczema is allowed to go on, like you keep putting this on the skin can become very thickened, discolored. I'm showing you a picture here of a woman's neck. She's got a rope around her neck, a string that has been soaked in turmeric. That's the source of her turmeric there, and she has continued to wear it, and it's led to a chronic eczema on the back of her neck that is described as lichenified. You see the increased skin markings, the skin thickening, and it looks dark and discolored as a result. Also, you have to be careful because turmeric can make you more sensitive to sunlight, some of the properties of it, and even cause what's known as a pigmented contact dermatitis. Pigmented contact dermatitis is sneaky because normally when we talk about contact dermatitis, there's some kind of rash, discomfort, this more of a sensory thing to go with the skin change, right? And eczema might be itchy, it might be painful, but pigmented contact dermatitis is a variant of contact dermatitis that's a lot sneakier because you don't get any kind of exuberant eczema, any kind of, true rash in the sense. You just get the development of hyperpigmentation, pigmentary change. And so it can be difficult to make the connection that it's actually, in this case, the turmeric that you might be applying to the skin. Not to say that that's super common, but it definitely does occur. It's just something to keep in mind. So what's the deal with the turmeric soap then? People are claiming up and down that it's great for hyperpigmentation, it's great for acne, calming the skin, inflammation, more radiant skin tone. And honestly, I'd love to see a comparison blinded study between an actual turmeric soap and a actual soap that just has some yellow dye in it and no turmeric, and see if there's really any difference, because consistent cleansing with a mild cleanser at least can help improve the look of the skin tone, might even help hasten the clearance of hyperpigmentation just by simply the act of exfoliating and allowing for help in clearing that. Also, the buildup of dry, rough skin texture on the surface of the skin can make it look discolored. All of those things could be improved upon simply by consistent cleansing. Now, one thing I will point out about some of the soaps that I'm seeing circulating around, I do question that they could be a bit on the drying side. So just keep that in mind. If a soap or a cleanser or any skincare product is too drying, it can end up resulting in irritation, which ultimately will worsen hyperpigmentation. Is turmeric soap worth it? At best, it's going to be just a cleansing bar to wash your face. At worst, it could dry out your skin, cause a lot of irritation, and you might even end up becoming allergic to it. I don't believe that the turmeric is actually going to deliver anything meaningful behind on the skin. And when it comes to the decision to DIY a turmeric skincare product, I think you're just wasting the turmeric. You're better off cooking with it because it can be quite delicious as a seasoning. It may even impart health benefits when used in moderation as part of a cooking addition, as part of your cooking and recipes. Speaking of ingestion, here's another thing you have to be careful of. Turmeric supplements, they actually can be damaging to your liver. People are under the impression that natural things like turmeric, which comes from the ground, are going to always be safe and effective. But a lot of supplements will use a very unnatural amount of something, and that can end up being very harmful. In the case of turmeric, it actually can be harmful to your liver in these supplement forms. Keep that in mind. All right, y'all, that's what I wanted to say with regards to this trend of using turmeric soap. I think it's just another hyped up thing on social media to get you to buy something, convince people that it's this natural or ancient remedy, when in reality, the turmeric is going to be very challenging to get into your skin. The product can end up irritating you, and it's unclear if it's any better at clearing hyperpigmentation than just washing your face with a cleansing bar. I hope this video was informative to you guys. Let me know in the comments, is this something that you have seen? Have you seen it being advertised? Has somebody raved about it? Let me know. But if you guys enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and as always, don't forget, sunscreen and subscribe. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Bye!